playoff baseball returned to Toronto after 2 decades of no action at all. Steve Simmons and Ken Fidlin here. The Blue Jays lose Game 1 to the Texas Rangers. And I guess, Ken, the biggest disappointment, David Price brought to Toronto to be the ace. He wasn't that ace today.
He was not precise at all. He lacked command of his fastball early in the game, and the Rangers took advantage of that. And I think there was probably, even though he's a veteran, I think there were a few nerves there. It's been a long time since he's won a playoff baseball game, and I think maybe he let the atmosphere get to him a little bit.
Well, he talked about being nervous after the game. He talked about how he was feeling on the mound and he needed sort of to compose himself. And if you think about it, he hit a guy twice, and David Price never hits people. He gave up 2 home runs to, you know, the 8 and 9 hitter in the Texas lineup, and that's something that he tends not to do. And so, you know, all the things you normally come to expect from David Price, you didn't get, and this was a chance for him to sort of put the Peyton Manning thing away. You know, great regular season pitcher. What happens in the postseason?
And Texas has been kind of kryptonite for him as well. They've had his number. He probably has the worst numbers against the Texas Rangers that he's had against any other team in the American League. So there's that to contend with. There may be some sort of just a tiny bit of doubt in his mind when he takes the mound against this team.
And the challenge in the short series for the Jays is now you've lost the first game, you have to win 3 or 4.
That's right, and he may be back on the mound if they can get this thing to a 5th game.
And there's a possibility that this was his last start as a Blue Jay if they don't win this series or compete through the series through 4 games.
Yeah.
We'll wrap it up.
For Ken Fidlin, I'm Steve Simmons at the Rogers Centre in Toronto.